Since when has it become not cool to try?
You do so many things, you can't do everything on your own. And the reason, if you do, by the time you do it, you can think 30 other things that you had help.
And when I got on that shit, I got on it and passed them. And they was just
It's habits and habits
It's a
are
lifestyle,
consistent.
really. It goes past a habit where it's just like that's their life.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mind Your Business podcast. I'm Dominic Jones.
And I am Tevin Holiday.
So, I think this is what, episode 4 or 5. I'm not sure. We had a little break. The holidays, they always get you sometimes, but we're back. And so today, kind of want to talk to you guys football's on right now. We're missing the Dolphins game and the Bills game right now. But leading up to this is going to be the Super Bowl. And the conversation around the Super Bowl is people playing way in advance for those.
It's a big deal.
Those ad spots. That's a major time. Everybody's watching the Super Bowl, especially in America, obviously. So everybody's tuned in, and they always love the commercials. I used to love watching the commercials, especially when I was younger. So it's huge. And from a business standpoint, just talking about marketing and just what it means to the brands to be able to put together something like that. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, no, I think it's a huge opportunity for, obviously, it costs millions of dollars to get that spot, but usually it has a good return because you're putting your product in front of millions of eyes, and that's pretty much the goal of any business is to put your product in front of people, make a good impression, build brand awareness, and somehow drive traffic to get sales, right?
You think any other companies always are put out and do all this work and they get no return?
I'm sure they get some type of return. Sometimes it's probably just not what they thought it was.
Yeah.
I'll be feeling last year, what was that, the one with the QR code?
Oh yeah, they're bouncing around.
Yeah,
Did they crash the site?
Yeah, that's probably the most effective. Yeah. So it's probably companies who do a lot, who don't get that crazy return back. But you got a company like Coinbase who just does a simple QR code that you could have made on Canva or something.
Right.
That
just goes crazy.
Goes crazy.
Yeah. I think the simpler, and this is another aspect of the marketing piece is I think the simple things kind of work. The ones that relate more. It's those ones that go crazy, deep, and you kind of losing me on it. You know what I'm saying? The ones that are simple are kind of witty. And I'm oh, that was dope. I wouldn't have really thought about that. That was cool.
It's just it's about getting creative. So that's about any brand right there. Any type of content that you put out, typically the most creative is going to be the one that makes the best return on your investment.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just crazy that they put that much. That's just 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Or even if that 30 seconds. I don't even know.
Yeah, about
30
seconds.
seconds. And that should let you know, to the power of the marketing piece of what it does for your brand. The brand awareness is one thing, but the execution is another. To be able to, cause you could put anything in there. You could put your brand on the thing for everybody be what's that?
Yeah.
But if you don't execute to let people know what to do next, it's kind of you got to have some type of calling, a call to action,
at the end,
to where you're piecing them over to the next, to bridge the gap. There can't just be a funny moment and you go, okay, that was dope.
Yeah, that was it. What's next?
It's companies like Doritos and stuff, they could do that because their brand placement is so strong.
Yeah.
They just want to be in the mix. They don't care. They just want to create the buzz.
I think on top of what you're saying is if you leave a lasting impression.
Yeah.
So of course you want to put a call to action into it, but I'm sure if they leave some type of lasting impression, it'll be effective somehow, some way. I was also thinking, it's a credibility thing too. So if you're making a commercial, and you're able to put it on the Super Bowl, say if your brand was on the side, you ran it up and
got it, finessed it somehow.
And you know how much credibility though it would bring in, damn, look at Dom, he up there now, or something like that. It's gonna happen, but imagine this, you somehow put a commercial up Like your credibility will be through the
Go
roof,
crazy.
and it'll be like, okay, this is a real legit company. Let's go shop. Like, all right, let's at least see what he's talking about.
On that topic though, like if Flow Essentials was on there, what kind of commercial do you run? What kind of ad do you run?
I don't know. It had to be some like. So I got a new product coming out, so it would actually be lovely for them. But it would be like somehow showing the effects, but like in an epic way, where it's just like almost over, where it's like non-believable almost. Like
So you would go like user in, like pretty much with real
I don't even
people.
know. I don't know. You got me on the spot. You got me on the spot.
I mean, it's the thought. It's not like you gotta get.
I'll try to have
follow.
like a celebrity endorsement in
Celebrity
there.
endorsement. That would be
Going-
hard. I can
going
see
crazy.
that. That would go crazy.
I might as well. If we spending millions, we might as well spend that extra money to get somebody in there.
Yeah,
Incredible.
celebrity is definitely the way to go. I think. Well, especially like just to get that credibility piece. It's like, damn, you add in. That's why they do it. Like they have all these people. It just depends on who your end audience is as well.
Exactly.
So like if your most of your audience fucks with whoever, like it was like rappers or whatever, or somebody, if it was like a more business oriented, like you were selling, I don't know.
It was like skincare. You had someone like not Rihanna because she got her own, but someone like that.
Yeah.
Like, what's crazy, bro? When you hit it on the head when you said like they spend so much time. I know somebody who was like working on I want to say it was like a Pepsi commercial. It was like 6 months before like the Super Bowl even happened. They were
Oh
working on a
yeah.
commercial.
Oh yeah. Because
It's
it's
crazy. Like
because you spend that much money, you put a team on it. You got like
they
people
flew out
that-
to LA and stuff.
Yeah,
Like it was serious. She couldn't say NBA contracts and stuff
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can't afford to miss. If I'm putting millions in it, I can't afford to miss. I'm sorry. And even if we do miss, at least we did. Like we took the time out to make it.
I think that might be a big point. Like, all right, if you miss, like, how are you actually missing? Because like,
Because you put the work in.
because you in the Super Bowl commercial. Like,
I mean, yeah,
did you
you-
actually miss? Like, I'm sure, like we said, I'm sure there's like misses, but it's more like, dang, we thought we was gonna get this from that, but
Right.
we got this instead.
But see, that's even the bigger picture too. And it's like even take it out the Super Bowl and put it into like perspective of like every day. It's like when you doing these like the marketing pieces aspects, especially for your brand or anything, even if you're marketing yourself, it's like it's not always about the hits because like there's gonna be misses.
Yeah.
But as long as you putting in it like the same amount of work that it will take to do the hit, because when you get them, But when you don't, it's like we still did what we supposed to do. So
Yeah.
you can't really be mad about it.
That's the thing about 2023 like content is that you're gonna have to put stuff out, and like you said, you're gonna miss, but them hits. All right, cool. I know what works now. Let me go, double that content, like make some better content that way.
Yeah.
But like you gonna have to throw out the misses and like throw them out sometimes.
Because it's been horrible Super Bowl commercials, horrible. But it's not like
But you can't believe they put that out. Like who was on
Yeah.
your team?
But they don't care. Guess what? They coming back next year.
Exactly.
They're coming right back next year with another one. Different team. Somebody getting fired.
Yeah, somebody getting fired or they getting promoted. Somebody getting
else.
promoted.
That's
Somebody
it.
getting fired.
That's the game. So
He going to the next team and not putting on his resume that he worked for this commercial. Nah, it's a big game. But also like think about like, all right, the Super Bowl's huge, but like then we just got done with the World Cup too. So like how many eyes were like watching that? Just I think ultimately it's just the message is that get your product out in front of millions of eyes, right? And there's ways you can do it with commercials, and then like there's ways you can do it for free now in 2023. You just gotta take advantage of all the ways.
and even locally as well, like figure out what your city Super Bowl is.
Yeah.
Like
No,
what's
facts.
one of the biggest events in your city right now? And figure out a way to talk to somebody where you could put something out or be there or just anything. It don't matter. Just
There's a lot
try
of
to
lessons, yeah.
utilize that. So it's like
There's a lot of lessons. Pay to play. That's
Pay to
a
play.
lesson right there. Pay to play. I know like Atlanta Street Market, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big one, and I know you got to set up like a couple $100, but like typically you sell out and stuff. So
right. Yeah.
that's like a little Super Bowl, a little mini Super
It's a
Bowl.
little mini Super Bowl. You gotta get the little small ones, and then you get to the bigger stages.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah, this is a good conversation about the Super Bowl just coming up. Obviously, what's in February?
Everywhere usually like the first weekend, right?
Yeah.
First
So
Monday or something.
shout out to all the teams still in it. The Falcons aren't, so it doesn't even matter.
I ain't been a Falcons fan. Never mind. It's probably been like a decade since I cheered for the Falcons, bro.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough.
I don't know why my parents go through that every Sunday.
It's so tough. It's so tough. But appreciate y'all. If you don't subscribe, follow, email us if you have any questions. We're always down to work with people, and we are going to be having guests on here pretty soon. So if you feel like you've got something to say, you want to be up here, or you got any critique for us, just hit us up. And
Hit us in the DMs too. I'm always open, reaching out. So
facts.